SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Kyocera copiers are more than just a copier. They're your total document solution. Contact your local award-winning service provider, One Source Technology Solutions, at 601-684-3815 for the latest in what Kyocera has to offer.
Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Clark.
None of this meeting is recorded. None, by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, mine is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, party accused, party on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning on a beautiful, fantastic, superlative Wednesday morning. And it's only all of that because I have my lifelong friend. we just decided that before we came on the air, Michelle Lombas.
Good morning.
With the Mississippi Employment.
It's a mouthful, right?
So this week.
So I am with the Mississippi Department of Employment Security.
Okay.
That's a whole mouthful, right?
Office of the Governor.
Office of the Governor.
We established that last time.
Yeah.
You had never read your business card.
Right.
And then I read it to you and you realized, oh, I'm really important.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it is real important because we're helping Mississippians get jobs and helping employers find people for those jobs.
Well, and you're doing a fantastic job of it. Mm-hmm. And I say that because every time I turn around, we've got another job fair, it seems like.
That's right. So that's great opportunities, and we're trying to go in places that we've not went before. So even today, down in Magnolia, there is a job fair for temp staff. So when I say job fair, a lot of people think a lot of different employers and that kind of thing. But actually today is kind of more of a hiring event. So it's just one employer, which is temp staff. But if you know anything about them, they've got lots of different employers that they service. And the fair part comes where it's lots of different positions that are available. So if you are looking for an opportunity, that is a great way to start out.
Well, and that's the thing that you have to remember, whether it be this one or any other job fair. This is a foot in the door opportunity. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, it's much easier to advance once you're on the inside.
That's right.
Than come in at the top from the outside.
Right.
Usually that's the way that works. So step one is to get yourself situated in a business. And like you said, temp staff, they deal with all sorts of businesses. Mm-hmm. There's not really a skill set that they're not going to be looking for.
Right. So if you're interested in, a lot of times people think even temp staff, it's temporary. It might be, a couple of hours here and there. Well, there are those opportunities, but there's a lot of opportunities that are what they call temp to perm, which are temporary to permanent. So what happens is you come in, you start working as a temporary employee through temp staff. You might even be working like a full-time spot, and then over a period of time, as you show your worth and commitment, maybe that company brings you on as a full-fledged staff person for them, or maybe you elect to stay with temp staff. So it's a great opportunity for people to come in, and whether it's that you're looking for something that would be more like office setting or clerical, sometimes they have things for that, and then sometimes it's manufacturing. I think that they're looking for an industrial painter somewhere in the Bogachita area. They're looking for welders, and so there's all kinds of stuff. So it's always great to, if you're looking for something, to go ahead and get in that bucket, and then there might be opportunities that exist for you while you are continuing down that pathway to employment or careers. I like the fact that you can explore a lot of different careers with them and find out what you do well, what you like doing, and what you can progress in.
It's a fantastic event for someone who says, I need something to do, or I want to change my job even, but they have no idea what.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. All right, well, let's just run you through a few of them and see what happens. And that can very easily happen with temp staff. And
so today, Miss Angie will be right down there at the Magnolia Community Room, which is across from the library down there in Magnolia. And so you will just need to come in, be prepared to interview, because she's going to interview you today. So you'll need to do your online application. Make sure to bring 2 forms of ID, preferably your driver's license or ID card and your Social Security card, but birth certificate, passport, all that works too. And so come in, be prepared to do all of that and go through all the steps. And so if you think that you need practice with interviewing, this is also a good opportunity, because Miss Angie is really wonderful, as I've watched her with people that come in, where she really talks to them and finds out, what skills they may have, what desires they have as far as employment, that kind of thing, and trying to match them appropriately with what's going to set everybody up for success. That person looking for a job, them, and the company that they're serving. So it's a great opportunity today.
There are 2 distinct groups when you start to talk about jobs and opportunities and things like that. You have the business, and this seems like such an easily solvable problem, because the 2 distinct groups are the employers, the business owners, who are saying, we need to find people to work. We can't find anybody to work. And it seems like the other group is the people going, I can't find a job. Right. I need something to do. Right. This seems like a match made in heaven, but we're still struggling with this, aren't we?
Right. So I think sometimes people just don't know how to go about it. Maybe what they've been doing hasn't been working for them, and so we need to do something different. So this might be something different, and we have today. There's Pam Jordan down there from the Wynn Job Center, and she can also talk with them about those opportunities that the Wynn Job Center offers, because those people are right there trying to help you get a job if you're looking for a job, and if you're an employer, those people are also right there trying to help find the right candidates to refer to you so that you're happy also.
Well, that's the thing. With temp staff, a great example, the subject of today's job fair, business is booming for them. They have businesses coming to them all the time, every day.
Right, and so what jobs may have been available yesterday may be different than today and different than tomorrow. Kind of like with our own website. There's always new jobs being posted and other jobs being filled, so it's constantly changing. So that's another avenue. You should always go on our website, which is MDES.ms.gov, and look at all these different jobs. And I can't go forward without mentioning we have a handy dandy app.
I'm holding the card. She gave me a card.
And it's super easy. So all you do is go to the App Store, wherever you look for your apps, and look up Mississippi Works. It's MS Works. And so once you get in there, you can see all the jobs that we have listed, and they're constantly changing. So, and it's free. It's free, so that's an opportunity. If you're looking and whatever you've been doing hadn't been working for you, this is another tool that you can use to try to find those jobs that you might be looking for or hadn't thought of before. So you can look and see what's in your area that's available. Sometimes it'll tell you how much money that career makes, and all those kinds of things. Or maybe you have a certain career that you really want to do, but you can look in there and see where that is offered. So it might not be where we are here, but it might be a county over or 2 counties over or whatever. So it's a great way to investigate the future.
Ooh, that sounds mysterious. Sounds
to plan your career.
Oh, I like that. See, you got this worked out. This is very good. And you can tell by the fact that you're having more job fairs. It's almost like they got somebody new in charge of that, but we're having more job fairs, and they're well attended. You're having a lot of people show up.
Oh, yeah. So we have been doing this temp staff job fair in Magnolia every third Wednesday since January, and it is amazing. It really, we had 50 people walk in the door, and on the first one, 55 people. And so every month it's very surprising to see the number of people coming in. Like, for instance, last month wasn't as heavily attended, but there was still 20-something people that came. And guess what? Out of those 20-something people that came, 18 of them were hired.
Wow.
Yeah. So some of those people came in, thinking that, this is not really something that they could depend on, just a little sometime, couple hours here or there. And they got a job that they're basically working full time and are still employed now. So it really surprised them. And so it's wonderful to see people walk out the door. And one guy walked past me, and he was talking to himself, and he said, "Well, I ain't mad at that." And I said, what's going on? He said, "Well, I'm supposed to report to this place tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And I was like, "Well, great." So, I mean, it's wonderful to see things happen that quickly. Sometimes it doesn't happen that quickly, but sometimes it does. And it's amazing to see that.
Well, you have to make sure that you don't choke off your possibilities with your assumptions. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, there's nothing. I'm not going to bother. I don't care. They're not going to have anything for me.
Right.
Well, you're wrong.
Right. And so this happening in Magnolia, it's really great. We've not done that before. And with the partnership we've created with the city of Magnolia, it's been really wonderful because they're allowing us to use the community room for that. They're helping to provide opportunities to their citizens that may not have seen that before. And sometimes people don't want to have to go all the way to Brookhaven. And that's where the temp staff office is to apply. So this is a great opportunity for people to come right around the corner and take care of all of that.
You mentioned that. I've just got to divert for just a second here. Boy, Magnolia is really, I hesitate to use the word exploding, but
it's blossoming.
It's blossoming. There you go. It's a perfect word. The really great stuff happening in Magnolia.
Mm-hmm. I know that, every month with having, whether it's 20-something or 50-something people walk in a door that they didn't have before to explore employment opportunities is really something. So you can't, like that guy said, you can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that.
Oh, there are plenty of people that would try to find a way. That's the way we live now these days. Mm-hmm. But that's okay. It'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Now, what is the time for the job fair today? When's it running until?
So it's happening right now. So it started at 9 and it'll go to 2 today. So there'll be someone there. So get yourself together and come on down there. And then if you miss out today, we'll be back next month, but you can always go find them in Brookhaven. And next week, we're going to be at Uptown Macomb for MDOT.
Okay. Yeah. And there are some great jobs, some great good paying jobs with
Right.
MDOT.
Yep. So we're real excited to be able to partner with them, and they, cover. I think it's like 12 different counties, 13 counties, and they are specifically looking for people. And I have to look at my list because it's a long one. For Pike, Emmett, Simpson, Jefferson Davis, Wilkinson, and Adams. So there may be options for the other counties they serve, but specifically they're looking for people for those counties. And so at Uptown Macomb, we're going to be there next Wednesday from 9 to 2. And same thing. You're going to need to bring 2 forms of ID. Be prepared for an interview because they're going to do that day.
Wear your nice shoes.
Mm-hmm. Get ready to impress, and be prepared to fill out an application because they'll have applications there that you'll need to complete. And so those are opportunities. There are maintenance technician 1 and 2, and you just never know what. Just like them, there's always different opportunities coming up, and so this is a great way to get your foot in the door. And you never know what the future may hold with that because it's great benefits. And they speak very loudly today for you to have benefits because a lot of jobs are not able to offer that. So It's a great opportunity. And another thing they do is they're needing people with CDLs. Okay. And so sometimes people have CDL, so it's a perfect thing. But sometimes you don't. But you may want to get your CDL. Well, they can help you do that.
Okay.
You just have to promise to work for them for a period of time afterwards once you complete it. So this would be a great way to get over a barrier that may exist. And so while you're working for MDOT, getting all of the experience of that, getting paid a great wage, getting benefits, they're going to help you get your CDL, and you may choose to stay and grow with them, or after a period of time, you may want to do what you said in blossom and do something different, right?
The world is your mollusk at that point.
Right.
We're Mississippi. We don't deal with oysters. It's mollusks here, You've been to Percy Quinn. You know how that works. They're everywhere. Now, the job fair today is for temp staff. Next week is for MDOT. Mm-hmm. You have these on a very regular basis, don't you?
Well, we're having lots of opportunities. We've had some for Sanderson Farms in the past, some for Sanderson Farms up in Hazelhurst, and here, and we love Sanderson Farms here. They're a great employer. They offer lots of opportunities for people. And people that may feel like they don't have a shot, they got a shot there. And they make a really great wage. So they're a great employer to have. There's lots of employers in our area that are looking for good people. Summit Films. We're blossoming right here in Southwest Mississippi, I think.
Well, you are our favorite blossom. If we put up a sign, we're blossoming, it's just going to be your face with a fascinator.
Oh, don't do that. They'll run.
They will not. Oh, man, this is a great thing because it's going to put people to work, send them home tired with a full bank account. That's about all you can ask for.
Right. And for the employers, they got the job done that day because they had people there to do it.
Which is the goal all the time on this. Just very quickly, how are the critters?
They're doing wonderful. My little Angel Wing Acres is still trucking along. I know that all of us people that love animals, that work in animal welfare, are in the trenches every day. And a lot of times there are impossible problems. And we may not have the solutions right there at that day, at that moment, but we're still working towards them. So big shout out to Macomb Animal Shelter, PALS, Mississippi Animal Project, Barl, everybody out there that's trying to do something to help animals because we're helping people at the same time. Keep doing what you're doing because, we are finding those wins and we are finding solutions even when they're impossible problems. So Yep, if you haven't went by and petted a cat or patted a dog, took a dog for a walk or whatever, reach out to some of these organizations because they need you.
Yeah. Look, you can spend your time, get that good feeling of doing something great, doing something worthy. And what you're spending your time doing is playing with dogs and cats. This is a no-lose situation,
Right.
you know? Oh, I worked so hard today. Volunteer work. What'd you do? I played with a puppy.
Right.
That could be accurate.
Right, because those people that work there find very little time to do that. And so that's a win, because those people that work there get to see the joy on your face, get to see the joy, that the animal is experiencing, and then they're going to also absorb that joy at the same time. And you don't have to feel committed to take that baby home like you have, Dave.
I'm not going to talk about it.
But it is a great way to do something that matters and to go home feeling accomplished, and that animal getting that window of opportunity to know what it's like to feel like you are a pet, so they can get ready for when it does happen.
Yes, everybody will cheerfully accept your offer to come by and just walk one of the dogs around the yard. Get out there and throw a ball for a minute.
Right.
You know, because that's important.
Right. And then I'm just like Bob Barker. Never forget to spay and neuter, because that's where those impossible problems, that's where they begin. So fix everything that you can fix.
I'm going to have to get you one of those long, skinny microphones now.
Yes.
You hold down at like
what he used
waist
to
level.
say exactly. Spay and neuter your pets, and if you need help with that, reach out to those organizations, and they can point you in the right direction too.
If the basement's flooding, step one is to turn the faucet off.
That's right.
And that's what spaying and neutering does. Once again, today in Magnolia at the community room.
Right, at 235 Cherry Street. They're in Magnolia, across from the library, down by the courthouse. The magic is happening from 9 to 2 today.
Which means it's been going for 30 minutes already.
Right. And if I know things like I've seen every month this year, there were people waiting to get in the door. Mm-hmm. Isn't that something?
That's a good thing, though. That's what we're looking for. That's what we need. And you can be in a different place 24 hours from now than you are right now.
You could very well be.
You just have to take the first step. Why don't you come see me more often?
Well, we'll have to fix that.
Yes. Yes. I used to see you once a week.
Oh, yeah, every Friday.
Every Friday for Fuzzy Friday. And now I get her about once a quarter.
We'll work on that.
Yeah. Have your people call my people.
Okay.
Well, give it a couple of days. I need to get people. But after that, have your people call my people, and we'll work it together. Michelle Lombas, working for the governor. I'm just going to introduce you that way from now on.
The Mississippi Department of Employment Security. We're helping Mississippians get jobs.
Yes, and they're helping you get a job if you need one.
That's right.
We continue on your Wednesday morning right after this on SuperTalk, Mississippi, Pike County.
1, 2, 3, we all fall down. We work ourselves into the ground. One by one, the clock strikes 12. We punch back inside our shell.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't escape in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalk PikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all around.
weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on.
Those crazy nights I do remember in my youth. I do recall those were the best times, most of all. In my heat with a blue jean girl, learning love from once in a lifetime. She found me singing by the railroad tracks, took me home, we danced by the moonlight. Those summer nights are calling, stone in love.
If I ever don't let this get to at least that spot when it comes up in the bumper music, that's the day I'll need a wellness check. Love that song. Love Journey in general. Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County. Don't forget tomorrow. No show tomorrow because it is Palmer Home for Children Radiothon Day. You may have heard Richard a little while ago talking with Lance and mentioned that they're on for 4 hours tomorrow from 6 all the way until 10. They will be filling the 9 to 10 spot on the network as we do every year. So no Dave. I won't be here. But that's okay because I've got something very, to me, exciting, something very happy to talk about. And that's last night's Macomb City Board meeting. Now, the happiness isn't necessarily for the content of the meeting, even though there wasn't really anything bad there. It was just the atmosphere. It was the attitude. It was a very calm, very understated, very let's get the business done. Business is done. Well, with one exception. But it was not controversial because it was a very unusual meeting last night. And here's why I say that. And then the Mayor Mullins even referred to it, that they did something a little bit strange.
We are going to do something a little bit unusual tonight. We are going to enter in executive session before we go into our regular meeting tonight.
It's hot.
What?
It's hot.
It's 7.
It's almost.
Okay. Motion to enter into executive meeting.
Yes.
Okay. Second.
She second.
Second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, there we go. That was a first step. So going to pop into executive session, take care of a little bit of business that they don't need to be discussing in public, and then come back. 2 hours and 5 minutes later. 2 hours and 5 minutes. They were in executive session. Now, the reason is they had a lot of stuff to discuss, which you're about to see. There have been meetings that weren't 2 hours long. But again, we're still working our way through the first official meeting of this Board of Mayor and Selectmen. A lot of stuff to sort out, a lot of stuff to get to, including the concept of department head. So 2 hours and 5 minutes later, I measured it, 2 hours and 5 minutes. They came back and resumed the meeting.
Yeah, I know we spent a long time in executive session and you all are ready to go home, but the only things that we came to some conclusion was to revise the interview process for committee assignments and to allow all of the department heads to remain on their jobs. So nobody's getting fired. At least not tonight.
You know, we have talked about this for the better part of a decade. We have talked about how you have to have some continuity of leadership. I draw an analogy between the way the city of Macomb has been operated for a while and Hollywood. Let me explain. Hollywood has fallen into a trap that there are two types of shows or movies or whatever. It's either an instant hit, just a smash hit, and if it's not, it's a failure, and we kill it and move on. There are shows that if you just go by the first season, that show stinks. Breaking Bad comes to mind. The last half of the first season was not bad. But the first half of the first season, you're sitting there going, why am I supposed to watch this? And that turned out to be one of the wildest rides ever. And if at the end of the first season, they had said, we're moving on. Moving on to something else. We wouldn't have gotten that. We wouldn't have gotten Better Call Saul. Wouldn't have gotten El Camino, which is a slightly different thing, but not really. We have been waiting for people to explode like a firework and be absolutely incredible right out of the gate for almost a decade. We have talked many times, you and I, about the revolving doors on the department head offices at City Hall. How many city clerks have we had? It's a great example. People have to have time to settle in. People have to have time to prove that they can build, they can grow, they can get better. We haven't been doing that. That's why it brought a smile to my face when, after a 2-hour discussion, and I'm sure there was plenty of discussion, and some people were wanting a change and some people didn't, but the ones that didn't won out. At least we can have a little continuity now. This, to me, was the clearest sign that we may have finally moved past the era of chaos. It's been very chaotic at Macomb City Hall for a while, many years. But now there is a new sheriff in town, Mayor Mullins, and we're doing things a different way. And you can see, by the way, and I highly recommend you go watch. You're going to have to skip 2 hours and 5 minutes of a title card in the middle that says, the board is in executive session, please stand by, because it took just over 2 hours. But go look at the board members sitting around the table. Look at the interactions. Look at the attitudes. Look at the atmosphere. It's a whole different ball game this time around. Mayor Mullins, you can see his business experience up there at the head of the table because he's running the board meeting, and this is a new concept. He's running the board meeting like a board meeting. It's not everybody yelling at each other when you're running a board meeting in a company. I mean, some days, let's be honest, some days, you're going to have those days. But for the most part, everybody just kind of easygoing, going along. I got a question. What you got? I'm not sure we should do that. Well, maybe we need to look at that. And aside from that, you move on. And that's what they did, because last night, if you back out the 2 hour and 5 minute executive session, because as you heard from the first piece of audio, they clocked in and immediately went to executive session and then were gone for just over 2 hours and came back. When they came back, they took care of an almost 20 item list in like half an hour, 45 minutes. It was just taking care of business. There was discussion. There was not long, drawn out, overblown discussion. It was important discussion, but I thought it was very positive. Some other decisions were made last night. For example, we need a new mayor pro tem.
Item 13, consider approving Matt Cotton as mayor pro tem for the city of Macomb for the term ending June 30, 2030.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Thompson. Roger. Baylor. Okay, all in discussion.
Do you promise to be quiet?
What was that discussion?
Limit the conversation.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. McConnell is new mayor pro tem for the city of Magnolia.
That made me cry.
See, I love that. I love that. Even if you ignore and just blow past the fact that it was a unanimous vote to put Ward 2 Selectman Matt Cotting in as the mayor pro tem. In case you don't know, the mayor pro tem is the one that presides over meetings if the mayor can't be there for whatever reason. Fairly important position, well earned and well deserved by Selectman Cotting, I think. Once you get past that and you just kind of squint and don't pay much attention to the fact that it was a unanimous vote, it was a unanimous vote with some fun and some laughter. No acrimony, no animosity, no taking every single opportunity to be at each other's throats. No, just doing business. Had a little fun with it. I think there was probably a discussion ahead of time about it in kind of a joking manner. You can tell about, well, I don't know if he's the right one. Maybe it should be me. I don't know that, but it kind of gave that impression. Either way, that's the thing so many people miss. What you heard just then is professionalism. Everyone has this misconception that professionalism must be serious all the time. Everything is so deadly serious. Don't you crack a smile. No. That's not how you get things done. That's not how human beings work. Relaxed, easygoing, yet still focused on the job at hand. That's how you get things done. And that was a great example. It came up again a little bit later. There's a callback to that. One last piece of audio from the meeting yesterday. Don't have much because don't have much time, and we have something else to talk about regarding Macomb. But a little bit later in the meeting, they went through and voted to approve the surety bonds for all of the members of the board. You have to do that every term, every 4 years. They when they called out Selectman Cottings and voted on it, they used his full name, first, middle, last. And then it came time for Ward 1 Selectman Tommy McKenzie's vote.
Can I get a point of order on the next one?
As have it. Number 22, consider approving.
Can I get a point of order on the 22?
What about it?
Can it be amended to Thomas Glenn McKenzie, since we're going all government?
Shut up. Number 20.
Can we revisit 13?
Okay. Number 22. Consider approving.
13 is the one you just heard where Selectman Cotting was appointed the mayor pro tem. Can we put his first, middle, and last full government name on this instead of just Tommy McKenzie? I don't know. You want to revisit 13? This is the kind of back and forth you want to hear. This is the kind of thing you hear among a group of professionals who work well together. Now, it's way too early. We can't know that for sure with this group. You've got all sorts of different people, but all the signs so far are pointing in the right direction, and hopefully they will continue pointing in that direction. They went on with the vote.
Consider approving the bond from Higginbottom through 105 South Jackson Street, Brookhaven, Mississippi, 601 for Tommy McKenzie, selectman in the amount of $595. Charge of fund 001-001-630.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Had a whole lot of unanimous action last night as well, which was great to hear, great to see. Very unusual. Hopefully it'll last for another 4 years. That's the goal, right? Getting stuff done. Speaking of getting stuff done, when we come back after this break, a little bit of a change regarding downtown Macomb. You may have heard about this. If you haven't, you will right after this.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Seems like each time I'm with you, I lose my mind because I'm bending over backwards to relate. It's one thing to complain, but when you're driving me insane, well then I think it's time that we took a break. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to.
Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5.
'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm
Dave Hughes here, and a couple of things. One, we have to mention, in case you didn't know, Calvin Phelps, who we lost, of course, was the driving force, one of the driving forces. He wouldn't like it if I gave him all the credit, of the Macomb Unity Festival that's been going on for a couple of years. They have now decided to not have the Unity Festival this year. They're going to regroup, figure out what they're doing, and put on a big one in his honor next year. Not next week, next year. It's going to take some time because, you know, when you take the engine out of your car, you got to figure out how to get back up the hill. And that's kind of where they're at there. And it's a trite expression that he will be missed, but he's already being missed in a lot of different ways. So no Unity Festival this year. They made that announcement on Friday, I think it was, or Monday. I think it was Monday they made that announcement. The other one, and everyone covered this yesterday, WLBT, WJTV, everybody covered this. The Macomb Police Department has issued, I guess you would call it a notice. I guess that would be the right way to put it. To where, well, they're going to start enforcing not gathering downtown. Chief Perry with the Macomb Police Department is tired, sick and tired, in fact, of all of the late night gatherings and all the behavior along Broadway in downtown Macomb. Because that's been a regular thing. WLBT has a video of one night with what looks like maybe about 100 people gathered along Broadway, just kind of standing around. His official statement was, effective immediately, the Macomb Police Department will be taking a zero-tolerance enforcement approach to unlawful and disruptive activity after midnight in this area. There will be no sitting and hanging out in vehicles while blocking streets or parking areas, standing and gathering in the streets or on sidewalks in a manner that obstructs public access, fighting, littering, disorderly conduct, or any other unlawful activity. Now, I've seen comments on social media complaining from, I guess some of the people that hang out there, I don't know, saying, what are they doing? They're not doing anything wrong. They're not causing a problem. I don't understand. You just don't want people to have a good time. Number one, if your idea of a good time, my opinion here, if your idea of a good time is standing in the middle of Broadway while cars swerve to go around you, you need new hobbies. Get a PlayStation, something. I don't know, anything. Because that's not a good hobby. That video I was talking about, there are literally people, the majority of them on the sidewalk, but there are people that are in the middle of Broadway with traffic still going. But if you want to know what's happening, why this came about, he listed it. Chief Perry didn't list anything that hasn't happened in the downtown area since we decided to turn it into Booze Fest 2026. Sitting and hanging out in vehicles while blocking streets or parking areas, standing and gathering in the streets or on sidewalks in a manner that obstructs public access, fighting, yep, littering, yep, disorderly conduct, yep. Everything he listed has happened. Right there. That was not a hypothetical list to cover everything. He was just listing the calls they've responded to. And he's had enough. He's done. And I don't blame him. Having said that, for everyone getting upset about this, I came up through the era in Macomb, Dragon, Delaware, back and forth. You would go down to what was then the theater parking lot and turn around, unless there was somebody sitting there you wanted to talk to, in which case you pulled up and parked and just hung out. And then you would drive back up Delaware, and then you would turn around and go back down. Gas was a nickel at this point. Not really, but it was close. So you could do that all night for like $3. That was brought to an end because people were complaining that too many people hanging around was a nuisance. The kids are just hanging around. They're clogging up traffic. They're making things horrible. We got to stop this. So they stopped it. Okay. What else do you want them to do? As I've talked about before, the thing that keeps you in your hometown as you grow up, as you mature, as you start into your productive life, is not the fantastic job opportunities, not the wonderful, caring community. It's your memories of growing up there. If you have good memories, if you have good memories of good times, it builds a connection. If you don't have those memories, well, you don't. I'm not saying what's been going on downtown is acceptable. Some of the instances that we've seen and the incidents, no, it's not acceptable. Never acceptable. It wasn't acceptable back during the Dragon, Delaware days. But you have to allow people to have something. I don't think, come on down and stumble around with a cup of liquor. I'm not really sure that was the way to go. We talked about this when it came up. Nothing against the people with the businesses. I just don't think that's productive for the community in the downtown area. And I think we're seeing that play out a little bit now. New day, new boss, new approach. This is going to be really interesting to see how this sorts out. But for now, come midnight, I've seen the expression used by several news outlets. Come midnight in downtown Macomb, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That's not a bad thing. I mean, again, we could just all go back to Dragon, Delaware on the weekends. But that would entail reopening the game rooms. Because that was another thing that attracted a lot of people. And now you have the option to go through a drive-thru, get something to eat, and then either go back home or find a field. That has to be worked on in a productive way. Final break. We'll shut it down right after this for this Wednesday here on Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County. My friend, keep it right here.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't escape in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on. Once again, the hour just flew by.
Closing time.
Thanks to my longtime friend, Michelle Lombas. We were trying to figure out before the show how long we've known each other, and I think we were zygotes. I think we were in neighboring incubators at the hospital. We've known each other forever. Job fair in Magnolia today. Head on down there to the community room and find yourself a new job. Tomorrow, Home or Home for Children Radiothon. No show here. Richard and Lance will be here for this hour tomorrow. Chasing Foul Balls on Friday. Next week, you and I will get back together, my friend. I'll see you then.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.